Good afternoon. Before I begin my remarks, I just want to say a few words about what happened yesterday in New York City. The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. Donald Trump was given every opportunity to defend himself. It was a state case, not a federal case, and it was heard by a jury of 12 citizens, 12 Americans, 12 people like you. Like millions of Americans who served on juries, this jury is chosen the same way every jury in America is chosen. It was a process that Donald Trump's attorney was part of. The jury heard 5 weeks of evidence, 5 weeks. And after careful deliberation, the jury reached a unanimous verdict. They found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts. Now he'll be given the opportunity, as he should, to appeal that decision just like everyone else has that opportunity. That's how the American system of justice works. And it's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict.
One pair of pants later.
In Hunter Biden's federal gun trial have reached a verdict after 3 hours of deliberations over 2 days. They found him guilty. He's been convicted of all 3 felony charges related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018 when prosecutors argued the president's son lied on a mandatory gun purchase form by saying he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs.
I wonder if he still stands by that statement. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like channel like content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything's appreciated. Connecticut residents plan on getting your Connecticut pistol permit. Please get your training and your paperwork turned in before July 1st. The new training addendum kicks in after that, and there are too many gray areas with this new training add-on, and there seems to be shenanigans going on with the state. If you have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There's a link to the online renewal portal for the state of Connecticut for permits in the description box. Keep an eye on that. Let's talk about this, and this is huge breaking news, just breaking not even 2 hours ago. A jury in the trial of Hunter Biden on his gun charges has found him guilty of all 3 counts. The two biggest ones, obviously, are going to be lying on the 4473 form and being personally using narcotics while in possession of a firearm. Now, this has been a long road because I've talked about this a lot. If you remember, this all started when his ex-sister-in-law, girlfriend, wife, threw away his gun and it disappeared. And then the Secret Service got involved and tried to get the 4473 from the shop where he bought it. He then ends up with gun charges because when the 4473 finally came to light, they found out that he actually lied on it, which carries a mandatory sentence of 15 years.
Mr. Wilcox, if a person lies on Form 4473 and is a user of unlawful drugs, you can get between 5 to 10 years for that. Is that correct? Is that my understanding?
No, I believe Congress changed the sentence last Congress.
What is that sentence now?
Up to 15.
Up to 15 years.
Then we go through the trial. He then tried to blame some illegals for stealing the gun and then claimed that he was covered under the Bruin ruling, that he had a right as a drug user to Second Amendment rights. It just went on and on. But finally we get to the end and a jury has found him guilty. Let's get more information.
Breaking news from the federal gun trial of Hunter Biden, the first child of a sitting U.S. president to face criminal charges. We have just learned that the jury of 6 men and 6 women have reached a verdict after deliberating for roughly 3 hours over 2 days. We have learned that he has been found guilty on all 3 counts. Hunter Biden was charged with 2 felony counts for lying on a form, required to purchase a firearm in 2018. Then there was a 3rd charge, also a felony for being in possession of a firearm while abusing or being addicted to drugs.
It didn't take this jury long. 1 hour of deliberation yesterday, 2 hours this morning. They come back guilty on all 3 counts for the president's son, which raises the prospect the president's son, Hunter, could face a prison sentence when this case goes to sentencing, likely later this year. The 3 charges all involved a gun he bought in October 2018, a gun the feds say he bought knowing he was a drug user, knowing he was addicted to drugs and therefore illegally, and for filing a false statement on the background check form when he didn't mark that he was a drug user or drug addict. The defense in this case, especially in closing arguments yesterday, tried to hinge its arguments that Hunter Biden may have been in recovery or getting sober in October 2018 and therefore didn't knowingly violate the law. That argument did not sway the 6-man, 6-woman jury from Wilmington, Delaware.
And Scott, let's talk about what Hunter Biden faces now. This is him walking in with his wife earlier today. My understanding is that each of the 3 counts has a maximum fine of $250,000 and that Biden faces up to 25 years in prison. But it's also my understanding that first-time offenders don't get anywhere near that. What do we know?
Yeah, the federal sentencing guidelines are going to be calibrated between now and the sentencing date. We're waiting to learn the sentencing date. We could find it out in a few moments. Could be early to mid-fall of this year. Federal sentencing guidelines will likely be calibrated to account for Hunter Biden having no criminal record, for having no federal felonies in his past, for a case that often gets pleaded out and doesn't go to trial. There'll be arguments by the defense and by the Department of Justice's special counsel as to what's an appropriate prison sentence. Then the same judge who heard this trial, Mary Ellen Noreika, a Trump appointee to the bench, will determine his fate at sentencing. But yeah, this is a federal firearms felony. It carries the risk or the prospect of prison time for the president's son at the end of what was the first ever criminal trial of a sitting president's child.
Heard that and you saw that. Now, going forward, what's going to happen? Because we have to compare this to what happened to then former President Trump in his New York trial. He was found guilty also. Only difference is that his case was a non-violent case, and a lot of pundits are saying, nah, this is a first-time offense. There's no chance that he will go to prison for it. Hunter Biden, on the other hand, he violated a federal law that carries a mandatory 15-year sentence, lying on a 4473 form. Do I expect him to get 15 years? No. I just don't see that happening. But the comparisons, of course, you're going to hear them raging through the media, and it's going to happen. There's just no way around it. Now, Hunter Biden, as an American, has every right to challenge the verdict and to exhaust all of his legal challenges. Only difference is the mainstream media is going to say this is right and just as he does. But when Trump was doing it, that was obstruction of justice, playing the system. You're going to hear a lot of that. We have to go waiting for the actual penalty phase. Even if he gives him prison time, he's going to uphold it so that he can, like Hunter Biden, can go through his appeals process. But we shall see. But this is surprising to a degree that he got convicted, because I actually expect him to just sweep this under the rug. They tried to do it, what basically was it, last year? They tried to do a sweetheart deal where all of this just got brushed away. And thank God for the judge who looked at it and said, nah, this is not, no. I'm not signing off on this. And that's what brought us to this trial and to this conviction. So that's the good news for now. But I'm telling you now, you're going to see the differences in how the media report on Trump's trial and conviction and how the media is going to report on Hunter Biden's trial. And I'm probably going to follow up with that. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.